Is Oppo actually coming to US Canada market like OnePlus is? Thank you. I appreciate you joining us today. I have not seen you here, so thank you. Let me answer that question. OnePlus is actually removing itself from the US and Canada market. So, a quick recap, those 3 videos I put out in the last 2 days, I put out one video that says Oppo's coming to the global market. I put out one video where it's stating OnePlus is removing itself from the global market. And then I put an update video out in regards to essentially why OnePlus is removing itself from the global market. So OnePlus is only going to be, and this is starting next month. Like, this is not going to be in the third quarter or at the end of the year. No, it's like in a week. It said April, and we're a week away. So it's going to happen pretty quick. So OnePlus is only going to be available in China and India. But here's the catch, because even I thought this, and I know some of y'all are going to think this. Well, if you still really, really love OnePlus and you really, really want to get the OnePlus 16 or even the new OnePlus 15T, the real small flagship model, just it's a carbon copy of the OnePlus 15, just miniature sized. So here's the issue you're going to run into. The flagship models are only going to be released in China. The India models are only going to offer budget phones. Budget phones only. So the flagships are only going to be in China. Now here's the kick. Here's the kicker. The ones in China, there's not going to be an Oxygen OS version that you can flash. Like, if you were thinking, well, I'll just buy the OnePlus 16 on Giztop and then I'll get it in or have them flash the global ROM on it. All is good, right? No, because there will not be a global ROM version of the OnePlus 16. It's only going to come with ColorOS, the Chinese version, ColorOS. So you're stuck with the Chinese ColorOS. And the bands are not going to be, the 5G bands in the phone are not going to be compatible with the US market. So it's essentially, that's it for OnePlus. The OnePlus 15 is the last flagship. And again, it's happening pretty quick. So all the retailers are going to sell the remaining stock and they're not getting any more. So pretty quick. Now, yes, it is true. Oppo is coming to the United States. Oppo is coming to Canada. I confirmed that yesterday. So what I'm trying to hammer out the details on is seeing if Oppo is going to bring all 3 other flagship models to the US and or Canada or the global market, right? Because they're bringing the Find X9 Ultra, that was officially announced, and then I'm trying to get confirmation from them to make sure that they're also bringing the X9 Pro and X9. It's kind of like the S26 series. You got S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. Um, so yes, they will be coming to Canada. They will be coming to the United States, and again, will be next month. So should be available to purchase from an Oppo website, an official United States or Canada Oppo website. I emailed OnePlus today. So I emailed OnePlus. I DM'd them across all social medias and emailed all the contact information I have for OnePlus to try and get a representative of OnePlus, somebody in the marketing department for OnePlus, somebody that is employed by OnePlus to come to the channel and let me interview them. Or not, yeah, I guess it would be an interview, but simply ask questions. And here's the main thing I want to ask, because I think OnePlus owes it to all of its users and customers, is the number one question I'm getting in regards to those couple of videos that I just mentioned a minute ago. There's a lot of users that have a OnePlus device that currently are using it, and they want to know, will their device continually be updated, right? Because when the OnePlus 15 came out, it's it's supposed to have guaranteed, what was it, 5 years software update, 6 years of security. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But now that they're stepping back, does that mean they're going to take a step back on updates? It better not, because I looked into it this morning. But I just want them to come on to the channel, and I'm going to at them in this video, but I want OnePlus to come to the channel and reassure all of its users, all of its customers, that I want to hear, yes, we will continue to support these devices. Now, when that article came out a couple of months ago that OnePlus is dismantling, they didn't put a press release out and say, yeah, we're still going to support. They denied their rumors, and of course they're going to deny the rumors. Why would they confirm, oh yeah, we're falling apart? That would cripple their sales. So of course they're not going to say that article was true. Kind of, well, it definitely was, right? But I think they need to reassure their customers that yes, we're still going to push monthly updates, and we're still going to issue what, I guess 5 more years of software updates and 6 years of security. Now, I looked into this. By law, legally they have to. Legally they have to, because under the Google's manufacturer update policy, I went, looked it up, read the whole thing. By law, they have to. Now, what if they don't? Well, Google can file suit against them, basically sue them, and Google can also pull their sister brands Android verification. You know, like when you have any Android device, I got a bunch of them here. I was trying to single one out. All the Android devices, when you do a reboot, you know, they have a Samsung logo, but then it has the little Android logo in the bottom, powered, what does it say? Powered by Android. That's officially licensed Android operating system product, right? So if OnePlus backs out of future updates, Google can obviously sue them, as we mentioned, but also threaten to pull official Android licensing from other sister products, meaning if BBK, the parent company of OnePlus and OPPO, let's say OnePlus stops doing updates, right? But they continually update their OPPO brand in phones. Well, Google can come back to them and say, look, you signed this agreement that you're going to update this model for X number of years. And if you don't do that, we're going to pull your Android verification on all of your OPPO products. So by law, they have to. But, you know, is everything 100%? It's kind of leave stuff up in the air when something like this happens. It's not often it does happen. That's why everybody has questions. And I get it. Even I had to look into it this morning. I was like, what if they did just stop updating phones? Like, what would happen? Well, legally they have to. So we'll see. But that's why I reached out to OnePlus, and I don't know if they're going to answer my replies. Who knows? But it's worth a shot, right? It's worth a shot. Now, I also saw online today on some social media, I guess people don't believe me. I don't know. Like, they're like, well, how do you know OPPO's coming to the US? Where's the proof? And I was like, dude, I just did a video on it. And they're like, well, where does OPPO say that? And I said, well, they didn't put out a press release. Like, their CEO, the OPPO CEO, put a tweet out yesterday announcing it. So I just sent them a timestamp link to my video and said, here you go. There's the proof. The CEO said it. He's the one that calls the shots for the company. They're coming to the US. And he said in April. So that's next month. I'm excited. Look, I understand it for OnePlus users. It sucks. But somebody asked me today, hey, I was literally going to buy the phone. I was saving up this week and was going to buy the phone next week, a OnePlus 15. Should I still get it? And I replied, yes. Like, it's still, just because they're removing themselves from the global market, and more specifically the United States, doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad phone. It doesn't mean it's going to go from a really badass phone, oh man, to a phone that sucks. It doesn't work like that. Again, legally, they're still supposed to update these devices, and the OnePlus 15 is a badass device. So, yeah, if you have one, I wouldn't immediately rush to go out and sell it. And if you're thinking about getting one, that's still a viable option, right? They're still bound by laws that they have to not only provide updates but service it as well. If you have any warranty issues, they're supposed to cover that. So just get the phone if you want, if you're thinking about buying it. And if you already have one, enjoy it. And then down the road, a year from now, 2 years from now, 6 months from now, like me, whenever you want to upgrade, upgrade. I don't think it's something that look, it's bad news. Yes, it sucks. It's bad news. But it doesn't mean that you should just stop enjoying their products. You see what I'm saying? Like, just use it and enjoy it. And then when time comes around for your next phone, then think about getting your next phone. However, OPPO has me very excited because it's like the OnePlus 15, but even better. If you can even imagine that, right? Because it's way up there as far as, man, it's a joy to use. The OPPO X9 Pro and X9 Find X9 I got all this, yeah, a lot of devices going through my head. The OPPO Find X9 Pro and Find X9 Ultra are photography masters. Like, as good as the OnePlus 15 is, and it was not shitty by any means, and I don't know how it even got that reputation of being a bad camera. It's not a bad camera, the OnePlus 15. It's pretty good. Is it the best? No, but OPPO's the best. So you're going to get a fantastic point and shoot experience with these OPPO phones. I'm very excited. I will be getting one. What's going on, A-Dub? I appreciate you joining me today. It's even better to get international ColorOS on the OnePlus phones. Yes, and that was another question that came up, and we'll move on. But thank you for bringing that up, because here's how I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to release a global version of ColorOS, right? And I've talked to a few people behind the scenes, and well, I've used ColorOS, but I've only used the Chinese version ColorOS. If they implement a global ColorOS, which I think they're going to do, again, OxygenOS I think is out the door. I think it's only going to be on the OnePlus devices, and those are kind of going away. I think it's going to be, from what I hear, it's even better. So look, again, good news, bad news. Bad news sucks. Good news is we have a lot to look forward to. And thank God they're bringing these phones to the U.S. market. They kind of threw us a bone, right? Here's some good news with the bad news, right? We're getting a better product. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Thanks for the heads up on updated US. Yes, and again, should be available next month. So this is not like plans for next year, or sometime in the future, or on the next flagship it'll be available. No, it's gonna be available next month. I mean, I'm gonna subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna keep an eye on this when they're available, what models, what storage variants, what colors, what the ROM is gonna be. Stay tuned, because theoretically on April 1st they could, boom, activate the US website and they're up for sale. So I'm going to be checking as soon as April 1st hits. I'm going to be all over this. So hopefully I hope they sell the white one here. God, it's such a nice looking phone. Yeah, I heard the Reno series is their only phone that they sell globally right at the moment. Obviously in April 1st that'll change, but those look really cool. It's kind of like an iPhone clone, but they look nice. I actually like the way they look. And they take pretty good pictures too, from what I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I have those videos out. Just click on my icon underneath the video, and it'll pull up my YouTube channel page, and then go over to the videos section. and then it'll be second, third, fourth video. I just put 3 out in the last 2 days that breaks down everything that you need to know.